Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing and the NBA. So y'all check this out. Now, congratulations to Nikola Jokic, you know, and the Denver Nuggets. We know that they're the NBA champions first time in the history, mile high over there. And it's really good for them. It's really good, because you got one bona fide all-star. And with Jamal Murray, you have one that should be an all-star, right? And the rest is, just good players. And I'm going to just say this while I'm there. The other guy, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, is a pretty good two-way player, and I'm happy for him because he was, used to be a Laker. And my man who won the dunk contest, can't think of his name right now. It's gonna hit me, but the bottom line is he's somebody who should have got like co-MVP in a way, not for just the series against Miami Heat, but for the whole playoffs. Because he was doing some good work against LeBron James in the defense. He was doing some damn good work against Kevin Durant in the defense, and he was really, really playing some good ball, man. It's a damn shame I don't know his name right now. That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm having a brain cramp. Y'all gotta excuse me. It's ridiculous. But he plays the forward position in the dunk contest with, Zach LaVine. My man, well, damn it. Anyway, so yeah, he played good. Denver was just a better team. But props to Miami Heat, Eric Spoelstra and them boys, because Miami Heat, they overachieved. I mean, really, I never was a Miami Heat fan at all, but some kind of way you just have to just appreciate a team that did it with will, great coaching, great tactics and stuff like that, and trying the hell to play defense in a league that we don't even encourage people to play defense anymore in. To make it that far as an eighth seed, much props to them. Actually, that's a championship for them, if you ask me. But just awesome for the Miami Heat, but also for Denver, man. And congratulations, Nikola Jokic. He's the MVP of the finals, and that's all good for him. Now, he's similar to Floyd Mayweather. I know you're like, how are we gonna get that in? I'm gonna get that in, but I've been seeing some things, and I wanted to talk about it for a while. Where they're saying is Nikola Jokic the best center ever? Well, it's blasphemous at this point to say that. Let him play a few more years, and maybe we might discuss that. I think at this point it's blasphemous. Now, coming from me, anybody that knows me over 15 minutes know that my favorite player of all time, and I think the best player to me, is Hakeem Olajuwon. It just is. I know a lot of people come up with the 2 championships, whatever. Hakeem Olajuwon wasn't playing with that greater people, okay, for years. When he came in the league, real athletic, and then, when he learned from the offense and the defense, but we're going to get to that. So when I'm coming from that perspective, right, then a person like Nikola Jokic is awesome. And I want to make sure that's clear. I love watching Jokic because it's just the fact that I'm sitting here on TV and watching him. And I'm like, oh, he's going to make that pass. He's going to make that pass. He's going to do that. He's going to do that because he's just extremely smart. We say he can't jump over a telephone book. Probably not. But I'm smarter than everybody, and I'm thinking, a half hour before everybody. That's awesome to watch. It's also awesome to watch a guy who's not that fast, but will lead the break and make the right pass pretty much all the damn time. With players from that area, the former Yugoslavian area, I've played against them a lot. If Slovenia, Serbia, Croatia, when they're a little bit slower than you, they're going to hook you in the offense. They're going to hook you, right? And Jokic does hook a lot. I don't think he gets called for it a lot. When he goes around, when you're 7'2" and you go around somebody and you got to use that chicken wing on them, I think it needs to be called more. But I'm not trying to say anything too much negative about Jokic, because Jokic is all that in a bag of chips, obviously. But it also has to do with today's game. Now, when you're talking the best of all time, I've seen, that people are debating about it, which is, they shouldn't yet. But debating about it, I haven't even watched the debates because I'm just not watching them, right? Because the simple fact, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, come in and just say what I have to say too much about Jokic, because I love the guy, right? But the best of all time, you're not in the conversation. And it's real simple because you're not a good defender. You understand? There's too many centers that were great defenders. right? And if the league was like it is now, right, back then where centers were shooting threes, then they would have been doing that in college as well, or playing at a young age in the pros in Europe and stuff as well, to where they at least would be able to knock down some threes if they're left wide open. That's a product of what's happening now. Right, I do know a lot of centers that would be able to lead the break if that's what they were doing back then. So I'm looking at the athleticism and the possibilities of what they were capable of doing if the NBA was like that back then. So you're old enough to do that, right? But is a Jokic going to play defense back then or now? He's okay. And I'm going to say, the reason why I'm going to say Jokic is okay in defense is because he's so smart that I'm just going to give him some points on defense, because he's going to just do the right thing, because he's smart enough to just, I'm going to be somewhere that's right, because he's just smart. Kevin Love, probably not the best defender, but I tell you what I'm going to do, since I'm not the best mover of lateral movement. I'm going to be in your way then. I'm going to think right, pick the right spot, and I'm going to take this charge or something. And Jokic is just going to make the right decision. But when you're talking about the defensive side of the ball, you have an Hakeem Olajuwon who got the most blocks in history, right? Just that alone. But anybody that knows Hakeem Olajuwon knows damn well you're not going to pick and roll to try to get Hakeem Olajuwon, even if you're a one, and you're going to pick and roll to get Hakeem Olajuwon on you, because he can probably steal the ball when you try to cross over. But if you get past him, he's going to follow you and block the shot, right? There's none of that, right? He can defend from the 1 to the 5. Right? And he's not the only one. I'm just picking him right there. And in the offense, I'm better than Jokic. Right? I'm better than Jokic. And I would have been able to shoot threes if if I had to. Right? But I just didn't. But you talking about you can't stop none of these low post moves that he's doing. Matter of fact, some of Jokic's moves wouldn't have been there if Hakeem didn't do them first. Right? And Hakeem was, like the first doing these stuff, or one of the few that were doing the moves he's doing. The drop steps, the reverse pivot. Now you're talking about ball handling. You could think Hakeem couldn't bring the ball up. Hakeem could reverse pivot, look straight at you, no matter who you are, and cross you over. Whoever you are. If you're a 3 to a 5, you might get crossed over and taken to the hole. You see what I'm saying? And then when you put the offense and the defense together, which people should do. But because the NBA for the last 20, 25 years has basically tried to take the defense out of the game and basically just made us a European basketball league where we're just shooting threes and you can't defend them. So with all the defense is taken out of the league. Look at a Ben Simmons. 6'10", can finish with both hands, can facilitate at a high level, and plays defense. He's damn near obsolete. They try to get Dillon Brooks out of the damn league. Russell Westbrook, or whatever. Anybody who's not shooting has a problem. You understand? So that's what that is. Now, offensively, Jokic is super because he passes real well. But I'm just going to say this, too. Jokic passes real well, but you're talking about people like Arvydas Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis' father. You need to better Google him or YouTube him, right? Because those are guys that are going to be like, we can turn over in our grave. Even a Brad Daugherty. Going to be like, well, shoot, I passed great. And I didn't have people, just shooting threes. Okay, Brad Daugherty had Price, but he wasn't really shooting threes where people shoot so many threes now that a big, right now, will pick and roll in the paint, right? Some kind of way gets to the glass damn near and just throw the ball blindly to the short corner three because somebody got to be standing there. That wasn't the case. So a lot of these extra assists that are going on right now would have been back then, especially with a Hakeem Olajuwon, because you can't stick him by yourself. So you're going to need some help. And he's throwing out the three-point shooters. The best one probably was a Robert Horry at the time. A Sam Cassell or Kenny Smith. You know what I'm saying? It ain't these shooters that we got today. So I'm just saying Jokic is good. He could be a top 15 center. But you're going to have to be on the defensive side of the ball, or some of these centers who play defense really well, even a Dwight Howard who wasn't an offensive player. But it's like, damn, I'm so awesome on the defensive player of the year. That don't mean anything. So everybody's buying me because they can pass to three-point shooters nowadays. And I'm not going to say that about Jokic because Jokic can pass. He sees a lot of stuff. He got an alley-oop to his boy. He can see everything. So I don't really want to go in on him like that. Now, what does Floyd Mayweather come in at this? Right? Like, what the fuck has Floyd Mayweather got to do with it? Well, Floyd Mayweather, right, has got a complete game, right? But he's so good at the defense, you right? So good at the defense that everybody forgets the pretty boy Floyd part, of his career. And so what they'll do is they'll just call him, he's one of the best defensive fighters. You shouldn't even be saying one of the best, but okay, yeah, with a Pernell Whitaker out there, yeah, you could say one of the best defensive fighters, right? Definitely one of the top 2 defensive fighters. But his accuracy is also in the top ever. His accuracy, when you start doing it with analytics and all of that, yeah, his accuracy. So why defensive fighter? Floyd Mayweather's knockout ratio is only 1 percentage point behind Manny Pacquiao's, and Manny Pacquiao's considered a hard puncher. You understand? 1% is the difference between them. 1%, guys. Manny Pacquiao is considered not a feather-fisted guy. Floyd is considered feather-fisted. And just defense. Floyd is a complete fighter, but he's called a defensive fighter. So if we're going to call Floyd a defensive fighter, then maybe we need to call Jokic an offensive center, right? If we're going to do that. But if not, we just could say, he's one of the best. But you definitely, when you're going to call Jokic, the best center, you shouldn't be doing that first of all. But you have to weigh in the fact of these defensive centers, these centers that can play the hell out of defense, right? And start with Hakeem Olajuwon. I got the most blocks ever, and I was in steals as a center. In steals at least 7, 8 times. In steals. Ain't nobody getting past me. And then I'm dream shaking these fools forever, right? So no, he ain't better than him at all. And if you put Hakeem, a young Hakeem in this era, like at all, you see what I'm saying? Not even close, I don't think. And Hakeem's assists would go up from 4, whatever it was, to 10. You see what I'm saying? So put the brakes on it. We know Jokic is good, but it's also a product of the way the NBA is played right now. And, he's great, but not the greatest. I think we should agree on that. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.